Israel passes law protecting Prime Minister from removal.
Here's a summary of the article.
Israel passes law protecting Prime Minister from removal. DW March 23, 2023. Skip to content, skip to main menu, skip to more DW sites. The Prime Minister's opponents claim that he is seeking to use the wider judicial reforms to halt the cases that he faces. The government's plan to overhaul the judicial system has plunged Israel into one of the worst domestic crises in its near 75-year history. The Prime Minister this week announced a softening of his overhaul plan, limiting to 2 the number of judges his administration can choose without support from at least 1 opposition member and 1 judge. Skip next section, explore more. Skip next section, related topics. Skip next section, DW's top story. Skip next section, more stories from DW. Go to homepage.
This post received a score of 16,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Something tells me that this isn't a particularly good thing.
Nope, not at all. Till literally yesterday the AG could make the Prime Minister go into vacancy in cases of conflict of interest due to serious crime. That was a Supreme Court decision from 2006 but was never written in the basic laws of Israel. Basically what they did is that now they, once again, overridden the Supreme Court's ruling so Bibi could save his own ass.
Any authoritarian in power, or vying for power, will try to copy this.
Damn, the only democracy in the Middle East isn't really democratic anymore.
It never really was all that democratic depending on your ethnicity and cultural background. Which is a bit of a problem in most democracies. But at least they are usually less bad than the totalitarians are.
That's why it was in quotes.
Problem with making it illegal to remove a leader lawfully and peacefully means the only way for people to remove them usually ends up in a situation involving a lamppost and a bit of rope. The dictator types often fail to understand this.
It's not a law, making it illegal to remove a leader lawfully and peacefully. Israel is still, as of yet, a democracy and will able to vote out Bibi to oblivion. But it is a very worrying step in that direction, that's true.
If he breaks the law to get re-elected, then he can't be stopped. 1. He tried to pass a law that he cannot be charged with a crime while he is Prime Minister. 2. He just passed a law that he cannot be removed as Prime Minister. 3. He is trying to pass a judicial reform that would prevent the Supreme Court from striking down any of these other laws. He will essentially be Putin.
Greater than he passed a law that he cannot be charged with a crime while he is Prime Minister. He didn't. Though that is his intention.
You're right. He tried to make himself immune from prosecution before he was indicted with criminal charges. His fear was that if he tried to get the Knesset to make him immune from prosecution, the Supreme Court would strike it down. Which is why he is currently pushing these judicial reforms that will make it impossible for the Supreme Court to strike down any law his government passes, which will allow him to pass any law he wants and make himself immune from prosecution or removal, and essentially a dictator. He would be above the law.
Worst government of Israel ever. So far.
And last. Pretty safe to assume there won't be elections in Israel anymore.
There will be, but the results will be invalidated by a simple majority vote in the Knesset, just like court rulings.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.